What is going on, DMG Clan? Today I am going to try to fix the 1X fly that you see on the table right now because my left trigger broke after 6 months of using this thing. I spent like a month back and forth with this company trying to get a part so that I could fix it, and finally it arrived the other day. Yeah, 1 month of not being able to use my $1,300 handheld that I bought back in, I think, November or something. So basically I'm going to tear this thing down. I've already taken this thing apart, so I kind of know how to take it apart because I ended up putting a 4 terabyte NVMe in this as well. So I'm going to show you everything about taking it apart and what to watch out for and stuff like that. Highly recommend you to take out your SD card first, obviously, as well, just in case. No real rhyme or reason because it's not going to interfere with anything anyways, but we're going to take that out, and also get yourself something to prop your device up on when we flip it over. So these front pieces right here, you just got to get your nail underneath it or grab a spudger and just pop it off like that, and then pull this apart, and they just hold by some connector tabs, so it's not really too hard. Same thing with this side, and then you just kind of get underneath there and pull it out just like so, and there we go. Okay, those come off. These things, I take these out, the little slides, so that they don't get lost, and put them somewhere safe. Now the reason for that is because there are some screw holes, and these screws are right here, right here, right here, and right here. The other thing, obviously, turn it off, and then we are going to pop these out. So be careful with these because they are really small connectors, and you could break these little posts that are right here. There's little posts. So make sure you remember which side is which and put them on the side that they go to, just like so. Just put them anywhere inside of your mat and then pry this up. Now, if you like this kind of content, I do have some stuff on the channel where I show you guys how to take things apart and fix them. As you can see here, I broke this post the last time I opened this, and that's why I said that. And yeah, that was just because I didn't find any guides for anybody that was doing this. This whole long strip comes off as well. And again, this is just a guide for you to kind of watch if you want to get rid of the anxiety, if you try to change your NVMe or something like that. This comes off. There's a power button and your volume rocker. Make sure you have somewhere to put that safely. And then we're going to grab our screwdriver kit. Now, I'm using this kit right here. It's just from Amazon. And I am going to use a S2 bit, I think. Yeah, the S2 bit's pretty good. And all of these screws are the same, so you don't have to worry about anything being different. So you have your numbering system up here. One right there. And one right here. And then we can get these ones over here as well, and there's some on the bottom too. So there's these two. Let it drop out. And like I said, these are all the same on the outside at least. So you technically, like, I like to put all the same screws just in a little pile like that, because when I get onto the inside, I don't want to get confused when I do the actual numbering system. And originally, I wasn't going to record this. Oh, I must have been missing a screw for that one. Oh well, whatever. But I figured, might as well record it, and then maybe somebody will find this useful. Maybe all 200 people that watch this video might find it useful. I don't know. Let's take out these last two. Again, all the same on the outside. And then we can pry off this back plate. The back plate kind of just slides off, but it does have push tab connectors on the inside, so just use a plastic spudger tool. If all you have is a metal one, then just be careful not to scratch up your device, okay? There you go. It's open. Very easy. And then I'm going to clean out the dust out of this thing as well. So this is the side that broke. The plastic ended up breaking on the actual thing right here. You can see the little plastic that holds this. So here is the new one. I hope they gave me the right stuff. They gave me a new board and everything too. I don't know if that's just part of it. Maybe there's something different. I don't know why they gave me a new board, but whatever. Hopefully the board itself is fine, I think. but this is, yeah, so that goes right there, and then this will go in here with the spring, I guess. So it looks like there's a spring. Like I said, I've never taken this part apart or anything like that. Really highly recommend you to, like I said, prop this up on something if you're gonna go inside of here and look at everything, and make sure that you don't, you know, put this on anything like carpet. So I'm gonna start with, I think this is probably the joystick. One, top left. This is just to remagnetize this so I can try to get the screw out. There we go. And two, bottom. These kind of look like they might all be the same length. I'm not sure yet. Three, top right. And four, bottom right. Okay, does this come out? Okay, it does. Now there's a wire under there, it looks like. And I want to be careful with that. There is a wire here. There's a wire there as well. So that might not have to actually come out, but I'm taking it out anyways because I need to get this piece pushed or pulled off. So see this ribbon right here? That part has to come off somehow. Probably gonna have to add some heat so I can pry it up. But this thing has a little cable going to that. Another really thin set of cables right there. So we're going to just take a look at these screws right here, because this just looks like it's a full assembly right here. There's a screw there, screw there, screw there. So we might be able to get away with just taking that out. But what I want to make sure of here, nothing connected on it. So I could take this tab very nicely and pull this ribbon cable out, because this part is very important. So what you could use a hair dryer, or you can use something like this, just a heat gun. Put it on the low setting. That does just peel up very nicely, at least. Now it looks like there's another metal piece right there. Would be nice if they just gave you the whole assembly with the metal and everything, because what if I rip that? Be contacting them again to try to get that replaced. So maybe I'll take that off when I actually get these parts out. So let's remember these screws, they're all the same. I think, don't know what this actually is. Maybe somebody can tell me in the comments section. But we're going to take this out. Looks like the same length screws again as the ones for the other part. On the most part, these companies use like the same length screws anyways, so usually it depends on what it is, I guess. Go. So that just came right out, which is great. Now we got to keep that spring and that little metal rod that's under there. So that rod should be able to pull that out and try to remember how it goes in too. can take that out. We're gonna need that metal piece again. I have to get this plastic piece out of here too, so I'm gonna have to take everything basically off of this. Spring goes in like this. Remember that? That's the top. And go. So see how that plastic was broken? That was part of this plastic right here. So put this in first. Now they did give me a new trigger too. So maybe I'll use the new trigger. Screw it. New trigger is different colored though. Yeah, it's just a flat black. It doesn't have that glossy look. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna use this one still. Take this. That rod. Then like a little slot at the top there where the spring goes. Like, I have experience with small electronics and stuff, but I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just winging this. So you guys can wing it too. I need to grab tweezers. Now, tweezers should help with holding this in place. Part of my modding Monday, repairs Monday, I guess, if you want to call it that. Okay, there's the spring slot for that part. Okay, let's pull this back out again. I can see where it's flying right now. Not working properly. Take that spring out. The spring does go up that way. Take that rod out. And the reason why is because there's a piece of plastic that needs to actually go into that slot. So see this? Go, just like that. We're gonna grab this rod. So go. And the spring. There we go. Okay, there's that rod all the way through. Now we got to make sure we line it up and push it through. Here we go. Okay, now that spring is back again because it's not broken anymore. There. Now we gotta figure out how to get this metal plate off. So this metal plate I'll probably peel off with some heat and a metal spudger. I know I said not to use heat when it comes to the other part, or not metal, not heat, plastic. But this should heat up really nicely. I know I'm putting it really close. Hopefully. Helps with the adhesive, which it did. Perfect. Obviously be careful with that. It might be a little bit hot if you used a heat gun. And there we go. Now, because pulled that whole thing off, I'm gonna have to use some more adhesive. So I've got this double-sided electronic repair tape. You can get this on Amazon. There we go. A little bit of tape there. Okay, and then we're going to put that ribbon cable back in, and then we're going to reinstall this. Great. Now again, recommendation 1X player, if you ever watch this video, you should probably send the whole replacement with that ribbon cable piece there, because now I have to re-stick that back down and all that fun stuff. Hopefully didn't damage anything. Knock on wood. Okay, so all these screws, they go back in the same spots. There's that trigger back in place. So one was up here. But not that one. Longer ones. Got bigger heads on them too. And then I'm going to use this. I'm going to dust out the actual fan and everything. Probably do it behind me so that I don't blow any of the screws away. And now at least I have an extra board if I ever need one. You guys want to buy this? I don't know. Alright, now let's put it back together. We got everything. This is all clean in the back here because I cleaned it the last time. I opened this just to look at why it was broken. Put it all back into place. It does just snap fit in there. Like that. Then maybe do your top screws and then do the bottom ones. Make sure you don't forget. Put your power button in your volume rocker. Like I said, that wasn't really that scary of a job. I think the left side might be a little bit harder, or the right side, I guess, in the front. But now my triggers are back together, which is great. So what I was saying about the power button, so make sure you put your power button back in. It actually goes right here, not over there. Then your volume rocker, and then try to just line it up the best you can. There we go. The volume and power button, or volume and power button, yeah, they just kind of just sit there. They don't really clip into place or anything. But technically, turn this on. Do. And one big thing to remember before you do what I just did, don't push this down until you get this part in. Which are your extra macro buttons. Go. Same with this side. Did the same stupid thing. Okay, screen's coming back on, and everything else is just pretty much, you just got to put your screws back in. Now I'm gonna go see if I can remember how to get to the 1X console so I can actually test out the trigger. And yeah, I have an extra trigger too, I guess. Gamepad test. There we go. Yep, trigger's working. ABX and Y, joystick. And this is how you calibrate your joysticks too, by the way, if you ever need to calibrate them. And D-pad, everything's working. Yeah, all these buttons, great. That's it, guys. Really not a long video, but that's how you put it back together. And then, yeah, just make sure you put all the rest of your screws back in like I'm going to do in a few seconds here. Have a nice day. Hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to subscribe. And yes, the DNA Duo does work for the 1X Fly F1 Pro, but I haven't made the adapter yet. Surprisingly enough, I think this would be the best pairing for that device. But see you next time. Bye-bye!